So we are going live without the countdown because we kind of ran out of time in between sessions. Colton won't be joining us, but I thought Henry might. Maybe I need to send this to Henry. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that, but he's not on the Patreon. So let me get the link here.
He's very knowledgeable. I enjoy his comments all the time.
Indeed. Going on Facebook. Second. Henry.
It was a nice psalm, actually. I enjoyed the psalm reading. It's pretty good.
Let's see if he wants to pull up and join us, and I will get the stream link from Patreon, and then we'll get started. I'm very sorry for the slow start here. We started, by the way, a Discord server for those who like Discord. For biblical languages, it includes Hebrew and Greek for those who are interested. Open a new link, copy link. There we go. And he says Colton saved it. What does that mean?
So is Colton coming on board, or is start up doing something else? Is Colton coming, or his time?
He's doing the biblical thing, so he won't be with us for the first hour. He'll be with us for the second one. All right. So here we are. And I'll keep my eyes open for Henry to join us. Weingreen's Practical Grammar for Classical Hebrew, exercise 29. Today is for me, it's the 9th of July. For you, it's the 8th. And we are going to get started. I tried to break these down, you see, 1A, B, and C, because it was really long. And I broke it into 3 pieces, C, D, very long. I think that what he's doing at this point is starting to try to get us used to really long translations so that we can be ready for the composition text.
I see that.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Who wants to begin? Hi, Muriel. Welcome. Sorry for the slow start today. It's been a little bit messy.
You can start if that's okay.
Sure.
Vayomer hanachash el ha'isha הציווה אתכם אלוהים לאמור, לא תאכלו מכל עצי הגן, עצי הגן, ותאמר אליו האישה, מפרי עצי הגן, עצי הגן, second time, I'm sorry, מפרי עצי הגן, אכול נאכל, או מפרי העץ אשר בתוך הגן, אמר אלוהים לא תאכלו ממנו. And the snake said to the woman, did God commanded you?
But once you say did, you've already marked the past tense in English, so you don't do it again. Did God command?
All right, you're right. Sorry. Let me just change one thing here, my view, and I'm sorry about that again. Just okay. Did God command you saying do not do not eat from all the fruits of the fruit of the tree of the garden. And she, the woman, said to it, from the fruit of the tree of the garden, or then we surely eat, but from the fruit of the tree in the midst of the garden, God said, "Do not eat from it."
Okay.
So,
So we started the quotation here. Do not eat from all the fruit of the tree of the. Okay, so tree is atsim, not
trees.
etz, but atsim, trees.
Okay,
And that's
sure.
twice. Fruit
Sure.
of the trees of the garden. We surely eat. We shall.
We shall.
We shall surely eat. But from the fruit of the tree, that singular tree, ha'etz, שבתוך הגן, which is in the midst of the garden, אמר אלוהים לא תאכלו ממנו. And so this God
You
said,
shall not eat from it.
Yeah, it's quote, do not or you shall not eat from it.
Okay.
Good. Notice the word order.
Yeah.
So this is all fronted. ומפרי העץ אשר בתוך הגן, Amar is in second position, the verb is in second position. Amar Elohim, that's the subject. Lo tochlu memenu, do not eat from it. You shall not eat from it.
Is it proper with the construct chain and the definite article in the end to translate and the fruit of the tree in the garden? Is it proper to say that, or I would have said like, well, I think it's proper because it's definite for everything, right?
From the fruit of the tree.
Of the garden, okay.
Which is in the garden, which is in the middle of the garden. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. 1B. Santana, please.
You want me to read?
Sure.
Okay.
Read and translate.
ויאמר הנחש יודע אלוהים כי ביום אכלכם.
This is an infinitive construct. So the word is le'echol, o. Infinitive construct is built on the stem o. Kutul. Acholchem.
Oh, okay. Acholchem. ממנו. תפקחנה עיניכם.
עיניכם.
Those are heavy suffixes.
Heavy endings. Yeah. The tipakachna, the word lifkoach sounds like the word liftoach, right? Liftoach is to open, like you open a door, you open a can, you open the Coke, right? Liftoach. But lifkoach, even though it sounds the same, but it's with kuf, is used only of the eyes. Lifkoach et ainaim. Open your eyes. So if you say to somebody, you tell someone open your eyes, you say tifkach einaim. And we actually have another word for closing the eyes. It's not lisgor. Lisgor, sagar, is closing like a door or something like that, sagar. But the word for closing your eyes is atzam. Atzam, latsom einaim, to close eyes. So ta'atzom einaim, close your eyes. Ta'atzom einaim and tifkach einaim. These are only for eyes.
Tifkach and not som.
Atzom with ayin.
Okay, for the eyes.
Hebrew has some weirdness about it. You know, we have verbs that match, like to put on your shoes is a different verb from to put on your shirt, which is a different verb from put on your hat. which is a different verb from put on your glasses.
Oh my goodness.
So we have a verb, na'ad. Na'ad is to put on a bracelet. Larkiv is to put on glasses. Lachvosh is to put on, I think you put on a hat with lachvosh. Clothes is lilbosh. A sock is ligrov, I think. Ligrov garbaim. Shoes is linol na'alaim. Like everything you put on your body has a different verb, but in English you just say to put on.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Well,
Yeah.
if you put your shoes on your head, what will you say it?
Yeah, but it's funny because the word for putting on shoes is the same word for locking something. Locking, linol, and naul means locked, like with a key. Naul. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, it's totally out of nowhere.
Oh no, that's okay. All right,
Mhm.
so vidatem et hatov ve'et hara. Oh.
Sorry. Mhm.
Where? Vatikacha isha mipri ha'etz vatochal vatiten. Okay. So vayiktos vatochal vatiten
No,
gam
it's right. Vatochal.
vatochal.
Not every word is going to switch the stress.
Okay. Vatochal vatiten gam leisha vayochal imach
Vayochal.
vayochal imach.
Vayochal ima.
I know in modern pronunciation they don't really accentuate the mapik, but that's like the only thing that that I was taught. I was taught modern pronunciation except with the mapik and stuff like that.
Well, also ein is lost in modern pronunciation.
Ein. The
Ein, yeah. No one says ein. Like they say ein, like aleph. You know. So, like for example, einechem. That's how we say it, but it should be einechem. It's in the throat. Einechem.
Oh, okay.
It's the first consonant of my name, actually. My proper name with Adele is Adel.
Nice.
You know something now.
Yeah, it's not the singer. You're not like Adele. Hello. You know. Adel.
Adel, correct. Perfect. Adel, you're right.
So the serpent or the snake said, Yodea Elohim, ki b'yom cholchem mimenu tipakachna einechem. And notice the placement of that verb, Yodea. Yodea Elohim, ki b'yom cholchem mimenu. So it's Yodea Elohim, it's he knows. God knows that Yodea is pushed forward.
That
Why did he say this? Because he knows.
that's what okay, so that's a participle, right?
Yeah.
Now wouldn't that knows be like a habitual type thing? God knows that in the day. I'm just trying to make sense of it with how it is with tense, aspect, and mood. What would that be considered? Like a medial something or something like that?
I don't know these things.
Okay.
Generally, when I read books that people write about aspect in Hebrew, I disagree with almost everything I read, so I don't know.
Okay. I've been studying linguistics and I'm trying to understand it better.
I also hate when people write books about aspect in Greek. Like, I just hate the whole concept. Like, I don't think that. I think when people speak, they do it to communicate ideas, and that nobody thinks about this nonsense. Only linguists think that this is an important thing. But then again, I don't know why in English we distinguish between I will do that and I will have done that. And, like we've got so many tenses in English. And I understand how they all work, but I don't know how we actually came up with them. Like, it seems insane, the number of tenses that we have. But whatever.
Yada.
Because we have the future, and we have the past of the future, and we have the future of the past. Like, we have all these complex things in English that you don't see, like in Hebrew. Hebrew has elech, alachti, olech, haiti olech. But they just don't have these complicated tenses in Hebrew. So the three that we have, or the four, kind of cover all of the bases in Hebrew. It's simpler. Greek grammar is much more complicated than Hebrew. I think if people learn the alphabet, then Hebrew is much easier to learn than Greek. You know what I mean?
I'm just not interested in learning Greek. I mean, I don't know. It's not one of those languages that stick out to me. I do want to learn Aramaic though, and I'm learning Arabic next year.
Adel knows Arabic.
Yeah, I know he's fluent. I remember you said it. It is so complicated. There's so much going on with the alphabet alone.
Is Greek easy? Not easy, but is Greek as difficult as Hebrew, or less difficult or more difficult, Jason?
People think that Greek is easier because you can read most of the letters, right? So, like, if I type, I'm gonna type over here. If I put my keyboard in Greek and I write this, you know it's B. You know that this is a D.
Yeah.
Right? You know phi from mathematics. P. You know pi from mathematics. P. You know this is K. You know, like, you know most of the letters just by looking at them. So if we go through the alphabet, okay, gamma, you don't know gamma is a G, but you can kind of get it because you recognize it from math that it's gamma. Gamma rays. So you say g, de, okay. Delta, epsilon, zeta. Okay, it looks kind of like a Z. That presents problems. Eta, theta, iota. Okay, a lot of these you have to know from
Lamed.
Xi, Omicron, Pi, Rho, Sigma, Tau. Okay, Epsilon. These generally are really easy to read. So if I say Adelphos, you can definitely see that that's an S on the end of the word. So it's very easy for somebody who knows English to catch the alphabet in Greek, which gives the illusion that Greek is easy to learn.
Probably not. Yeah.
But once you get into the grammar, Greek is much more complicated than Hebrew.
Yeah.
Really?
Much more complicated.
Okay.
Yeah. So what makes Hebrew a little bit more complicated is the addition of suffixes. So you've got the Shema and Shma'ini. You hear me. You know, Shma'o, he heard him. Like, we have the suffixes for the object pronouns, which you don't have in Greek. Obviously, in Greek, pronouns are all separate forms. They don't attach themselves to verbs. All right, the snake said, God knows that on the day you eat from it, your eyes will be open. Your eyes will be opened, because it's a passive, the nifal here. Your eyes will open. It could be intransitive in that sense. They will open, or they will be opened. It's a good question. What does it mean to open or to be opened? The book opened, or the book was opened? I don't know. And you will know good from evil, or good from bad.
Yeah, so good from bad,
but to make it verbal, will be opened, and you will know good from evil. Because otherwise, if it were this, it would your eyes, tiyu pekuchot. They will be open. Right? Einaim kuchot. So the woman took from the tree. From the fruit of the tree. From the fruit of the tree. Vatochal, ate, and vatiten gam. So the gam here also is not modifying the verb. It's not she also gave, like she gave to someone and she also gave to someone else,
Okay.
but that she gave also to her husband or also to her man. So the also is the other person, not the other, not
Verb.
giving again. Yeah, and he ate from it. Yeah, right. No, he ate with her. That's not from it, but with her. Like
Oh, with
I'm
gosh, I missed
yeah,
that. Okay.
ma.
Yeah.
All right. וישמעו את קול אדוני אלוהים מתהלך בגן לרוח היום, ויתחבאו בתוך העצים, כי עירומים המה. And they heard, this is a theological thing, they heard the sound, and people say the voice, like God's voice was walking. No, it's the sound of God walking. God was walking, and they heard the sound of him walking. They heard the sound of the Lord God walking about. Lithalech is to walk around, like to stroll. How about strolling? We like that. We heard the sound of God strolling along in the garden. He's relaxing in the wind or the breeze, in the breeze of the day, in the spirit of the day. No, it's not spirit, it's wind, it's breeze. And they did hide themselves. They hid themselves in the middle or within the trees, for they were naked. And we've got that hemma being they, acting as a copula. They were naked. For naked they were naked they, for they were naked. All right, let's finish up number one. We're still on number one, and we're 22 minutes in. Hello, Karine. Let's say hi to people that are over here saying hi to us. Max, welcome back. The door opens, the door closes. They are middle verb voices, or middle voice verbs. Yes, that's true. They would be intransitive, right? The door opens, but the idea is the door was opened means that somebody opened it, and then you're calling attention to not knowing who did it necessarily. But you could do either one. The door opened, like it just opened by itself. And hello from Norway, Karin, hello. I assume it's Karin like we say in Hebrew, but I'm not sure. But howdy. So back to Adel.
Okay.
I always thought it was Adel.
عادل. ויאמר אלוהים אל האדם, מי הגד לך כי העורים אתה? המן הרום אתה. המן העץ אשר אמרתי לך לא תאכל, ממנו אכלת? ויאמר האדם, האישה אשר נתת לי היא נתנה לי, ואקח מידה ואוכל.
Okay.
And God said to the man, sorry about that. How or who? How?
מי הגד לך? Who told you?
Okay. Who told you that you are naked?
Right. Who told you that you are? Who told you that you were?
Okay.
For certain in English we say were, but it doesn't matter.
המן העץ אשר אמרתי לך לא תאכלו. From the Haman is from the tree which I said to you. I said to you, do not eat from it. Did you eat? This is a very poor English. I'm just trying to literally, so not smoothly. close quotation mark, and what was that? Quotation mark.
מי יגיד לך כי עירום אתה, עירום. Who told you that you're naked? מי אמר לך שאתה עירום? In modern Hebrew. מי אמר לך שאתה עירום? המן העץ אשר אמרתי לך לא תאכל ממנו, אכלת?
The woman who gave me
I think we would have to rearrange the word order of that sentence in English. Where he says, המן העץ אשר אמרתי לך לא תאכל ממנו, אכלת? Achalta should go up with the question.
First,
right?
Did you
eat? Did you eat? Right. So, did you eat from the tree, which I said to you, you shall not eat? Not eat from it, which is really a bad sentence. We would probably say in English, did or have you eaten? Have you eaten from the tree, which I told you not to eat from? Like we don't need to resume the it.
So
have you eaten from the tree which I told you not to eat from, or that I told you? Better English, from which I told you not to eat.
So let's let's just delete that and paste it there. I'm going to delete that, you paste it there.
Who told you that you are naked? Have you eaten from the tree from which I told you not to eat?
Said the woman let me see where I am now.
Said the woman whom
the woman whom you give me, whom you give me, whom you give me, she has given me then I took from her.
The one whom you gave me,
hand,
he gave to me.
He gave it to me from a hand, and I ate.
So not she have given, but she gave. She gave to me of the fruit, right? She gave me fruit. We need an object in English, but she gave to me.
There.
Or how about she gave it? She gave it to me. Then I took it from her hand and ate.
From
it.
Her.
We like to insert those it.
Let's put the hair here. Her hand, and I ate.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 2. Finally, we are 28 minutes in, and we are on number 2 of how many? Woo-wee! 9.
We'll be okay. We'll be good.
All right, we'll do what we can.
הישמרו לכם מאוד פן תאמרו בלבבכם נעבדה את אלוהי הגויים אשר אנחנו יושבים בתוכם והלכתם
You write the first one.
והלכתם אחריהם כי שפוך אשפוט. It's so small. It's
I'm sorry about that. I can't make it bigger.
No. I should have been wearing my glasses. ויצאה ממני אש ואכלה אתכם ועבדתם מעל פני האדמה.
So when you have the D and the T together side by side, you need to pronounce the shva. ועבדתם, ועבדתם מעל פני האדמה. Is this the word avad means get lost or perish or disappear, right? In a sense. So don't let the dalet disappear. Avadtem, avadtem, not avadtem where the dalet disappears. Avadtem.
About them.
Mhm.
So, Ishambru.
I don't have a rice cooker. I don't have a rice cooker.
Would it be keep or guard yourselves?
Yeah, like be careful.
Yeah. Okay.
Hishamru lechem means this would be on your guard. Be careful, be very careful. Me'od, me'od, me'od. הישמרו לכם מאוד, פן תאמרו בלבבכם נעבדה את אלוהי הגויים, אשר אנחנו יושבים בתוכם.
So,
guard yourselves carefully. The מאוד it means very. Mm-hmm. So be very on your guard, or it's like this makes it more, right? Lest. So the word lest is an Old English word meaning that you not, right? It's like the opposite of the positive subjunctive. It's a negative subjunctive. So it's hiname in Greek, hiname, that you not. So be very careful of yourselves that you not say in your heart, lest you say in your heart, that you not say in your heart.
Okay, I this is a cohortative, but how would you use that then? Na'avda.
Let us worship, or let us serve.
Let us serve the gods of the nations which we are.
Let us serve the gods of the nations among whom we dwell. Yeah.
Nations among which
among whom is the betocham is the resumptive pronoun. So who we dwell among them, which means among whom we dwell, or in the midst of whom.
Gods of the nations which among whom we dwell. That's what you said?
So in your case, you're saying in their midst. So you'd say in the midst of whom we are dwelling, or we dwell. Because the resumptive pronoun exists in Hebrew, but not in English. So these are the nations which we dwell among them in Hebrew. But in English, it's among whom we dwell.
So
these are the nations which we dwell among, but we don't say them in English.
So Asher would be used as among?
Asher is it's a subordinator that has a lot of uses, and one of the uses is similar to the relative pronoun in English, but not identical. It's not identical because it requires most of the time a resumptive pronoun. So you say, like you say, I grew up in this house. I grew up in this house. Gadalti babayit hazeh. I'll type it out. Hold on. Times New Roman. Okay, so Gadalti babayit hazeh. I grew up in this house, right? And about the house, you could say Gadalti bo. I grew up in it. If you know I'm talking about a house, I say I grew up in it. Gadalti bo. Right? So what do you say in Hebrew? You say Ze habayit. This is the house. asher gadalti be. What do you put there? This is the house where I grew up, or this is the house I grew up in. In English, you say, this is the house I grew up in. And you can't say this in Hebrew. Ze habayit asher gadalti be. Be. You can't say in. So you have to say bo. And the vav is the house. It's resuming the same exact noun, and we don't do it in English, but in Hebrew you do. Does that make sense? Ze habayit asher gadalti bo. And you have to say it. You can't leave it out. Do you feel something wrong about that if you say Ze habayit asher gadalti? This is the house that I grew up. You need to say in which I grew up, right? And so in Hebrew you do that by saying bo. It is not grammatical in English. This is the house which I grew up in it.
Okay.
That's called a resumptive pronoun. It's ugly to English speakers, but it's necessary for Hebrew.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to get very far today. We might use next week to do the rest of this lesson because it's a long one. Let us serve na'avda et Elohei hagoyim asher anachnu yoshvim betocham. Let us serve the gods of the nations among whom we live. V'alachtem achreihem. The quote ends. The quotation ends.
Okay.
Right? So lest you say and you go after them. You go after them, you walk after them means you follow them. Lalechet acharei is to go after, to follow. Because they go first and you go after them. You're following them. So you don't follow other gods. Right? Don't say in your hearts and then follow them. Ki shafot eshfot etchem, for I will surely judge you. V'yatz'a mimeni esh.
Yatzah means to go out, right? To exit, but and
it looks like the past tense, right? Yatz'a, she went out, but it's got the verb that's converting it to the future, and she will go out. She shall go out. V'yatz'a mimeni esh. Who is the she?
Fire.
Fire. Fire is feminine. Fire will come out from me. Fire will issue forth from me.
From me.
And consume you. Yeah, it reminds us of the burning bush where the fire did not consume or did not eat the bush. Actually, it says literally that the bush lo ukal. It wasn't consumed in the kal passive. ואכלה אתכם, ועבדתם מעל פני האדמה.
ועבדתם מעל פני האדמה. And you perish. Yeah.
So this is like a warning. So why should you not do this? Because I will surely judge you and burn you alive, and you will all die. Yeah, that's nice. The face of the ground is like the surface of the ground. So face can be used as surface also.
So before
Good.
the surface.
All right.
Face of the ground.
That's the end of that quotation. All right. Yep. All right, back to me. Number 3. Vayomer Moshe, Hine Anochi va el bnei Yisrael, ואמרתי עליהם, אלוהי אבותיכם שלחני עליכם, להציל אתכם מיד מצרים. ואמרו אליי, מה שמו? מה אומר עליהם? Okay, so Moses said, behold, I am coming. It really means when I come. to the Israelites, the children of Israel, when I come to the Israelites, and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me, shlachani, to you, to deliver, to save, to pull you out, to deliver you from the hand of Egypt, meaning from the power of Egypt. Okay, so I come to them and I say this to them, and they shall say, and they say to me, what is his name? Mashmo. Okay, and he continues with his question, what shall I say unto them? Okay, I come to them and I say, the God of your fathers has sent me to take you out of Egypt. And they say to me, what's his name? What should I tell them? Should I? What should I tell them? And the unto is assumed by the word tell in English, right? What should I tell them? What shall I say unto them? Meaning, he needed to give them a name. And he said, Yud-He-Vav-He has sent me to you. Right? All right. Adel, number 4. I think you are muted.
Right. נשא הנביא את קולו ויאמר ערום יצא, יצא האדם אל העולם וערום שב אל האדמה. אדוני נתן ואדוני לקח, מהולל שם אדוני עד עולם. For the sake of time, it's just...
Mehulal Shem Adonai Ad Olam.
Meholal Shem Adonai Ad Olam. For the sake of time, I just pre-typed it, so I'm just paste it. So just to kind of where am I now here? Okay, yeah. Let me do this.
All right, so we want to change the direction like this. Put it in 14 point, and that it should be good.
Okay.
Oh, except yeah, great. Prophet raised his voice, Nasait Kolo, Vayomer, and he said, should probably be Vayomar. I think that's a typo, because he's trying to tell us that Vayomer is whenever it's the subject, Vayomer Ha'adam, but Vayomar is whenever it's in pause. Vayomar Erom Ha'adam El Ha'olam. What?
Arum, you'd say there's a missing word after.
Okay. Like this. Erom יצא האדם אל העולם, וארום שב אל האדמה. All right, great. Notice in this one I don't have this name pointed, but I had the other one. So he raised up his voice and he said, naked the man goes forever.
No.
Naked the man goes forth, like latzet is to go forth, to go out, into the world, or unto the world. Olam.
Yeah, right, sure.
Yeah. And naked he returns to the ground. Okay, great. Yudevavhe, right? Let's be a little bit
about that.
Yudevavhe has given, and he has, and Adonai has, or will take. This is the future, right? Oh, lakach. Really? I thought it was yikach. Okay. Has taken. Okay. Praised be, or praised is, the name of the Lord forever. Yeah. Praised be, praised is. That's funny that I pointed one instance of the name according to the tradition, and the others I didn't. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Number 5. We are at 1:44 in the morning, and I don't have any comments coming in from the in the live chat, so nothing to respond to, but go ahead.
All right.
Santana.
Lama tomar Yaakov Azavani. Adonai.
So Yaakov is the direct address. It's the vocative. Lama tomar Yaakov. Why would you say, O Jacob, Azavani Adonai?
Azavani Adonai. Vayaster et panav mimeni. Halo ata azavto. Vata'avod et Elohei Canaan. So
Lam tomar. Why will you say? Why would you say? Great. The question mark is oddly placed. Because really, the saying is all of those things. So it should be at the end after the question or after the quotation marks.
Oh, yeah, of course. Duh. Why would you say Jacob and then comma after say?
Why would you say Jacob or O Jacob? In English, probably the better word order would be Jacob. Why would you say? Because we want to take the vocative to the beginning. But that's just us. It's not necessary. Why would you say, O Jacob? The Lord has left me. The Lord has abandoned me, forsaken me. Yeah. And
he hid him. And
the Lord has left me and hidden.
Or
the Lord has left me and hidden his face from me. Great. Okay, now the question is not part of the quote. Okay, so the question mark needs to go outside because it's asking about the whole question. Right? If it's in the quote, then it means that the Lord has left me.
Yeah.
The Lord has hidden his face from me. But the Lord has left me and hidden his face from me as a statement. And the question is, why would you say that? Yeah.
Hello. I know it's asking a question. Hello. Like, would you?
But the ata is the question. It's like, hello, ata. Is it not you?
Okay. I always get mixed up with those. Is it not you? So hello, ata. Is it not? It's not really asking a question. It's more of a rhetorical question, right?
But it is. Is it not you who has forsaken him? Like it's
you,
hello ata azavto. Hello ata azavto.
Left him.
Well, you're missing who? You. Is it not you who left him? Is it not you
serve
who left him? And served. Past tense.
Yes, Vaito, and serve the gods of Canaan.
Yeah. Why would you say, O Jacob, the Lord has left me and hidden his face from me? Is it not you who left him and served the gods of Canaan? Like it's an accusation. Yep.
All right.
Ad olam. Number 6. We got about 11 minutes left. Emor. This is imperative. Emor el Aharon achicha ve'el banav hakohanim. Kedoshim atem le'Elohechem. Say to Aaron, your brother, achicha, and to his sons, the Kohanim. Normally, priests, right? What are you supposed to say to them? This is the quote. Kedoshim atem, you are holy. Leloichem, to your God. Which means you are sanctified, set apart, kind of like dedicated, something like that, right? Means you belong to God. You don't belong to anyone else. You belong to God. Okay. You are holy to your God. What is this? Woe 4. I'm confused. Woe 4. Who's writing? Are you on mute and you're trying to talk to us?
No, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to kind of pre-type stuff to at least speed the time a little bit. So let me just let me read that part and then translate with you guys. It's my turn, right? No.
Yep.
Okay. Vayarad kavod Adonai ממחנה וירד אדוני אל משה, וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, שמעתי את כל בני ישראל האומרים מי יאכילנו בשר כי טוב היה לנו בארץ מצרים, ואכלנו בשר,
באוכלנו
בשר, ואתה הנני מעביד אותם מעל בני האדמה ולא יזכר שמם עד עולם. Okay, so I'm going to type the part that I already typed and then you help me with the rest. Hang in there, let me just see here. Okay. Oh my God, it's terrible.
So let's just
I'll do it myself.
No, because you're highlighting too many things.
All right.
If you highlight 2 cells, then you change 2 different things. And
all right.
Okay, so let's see. We've got that. Yes, that's good. I think that's fine. The glory of the Lord returned to the encampment. The yarad means it came down.
Oh, came down. Okay.
Yeah. The glory of the Lord came down in the camp.
Descended.
Came
down. Descended into the camp. Something like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh spoke to Moses. Go ahead. Saying, I heard the voice of the children of Israel, the one saying, who will feed us meat, for it was good to us in the land of Egypt, for we ate meat. Is that correct?
I heard the Shamati et Kol Bnei Israel. I heard the voice of the children of Israel, the Israelites. The ones saying, Ha'umrim, ones, because it's plural.
Okay.
The ones saying, and what were they saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who? So that's one quote. Who will feed us meat? Mi yachilenu basar. כי טוב היה לנו בארץ מצרים באוכלנו בשר. For it was good to us, it was good for us in the land of Egypt. And the be'ochlenu means when we were eating. When we were eating meat. But now, okay, so this is the end of the statement. Who will feed us? Okay, so let's break this. Who will feed us meat? ? And then they're given the explanation, like the complaint. It was good for us in the land of Egypt when we were eating meat. But who will feed us meat? Right? Who will give us meat to eat?
Maybe it's like he feels participle of avad, right? Maybe.
Yes.
So,
behold, I am destroying you. I am causing you to perish. Or them, not you, but them. Utam. From upon the surface of the ground. And their name, singular, will not be remembered or mentioned forever.
Shemam is singular or
Mhm.
plural?
Technically singular, but it could be names. Shem, Shmam. The plural is Shmotehem.
Oh, okay.
So the plural, technically their names is like this.
So
Shmotehem.
the plural of Shem, just a noun without suffix, would be what? Shmim? Shma?
Shem.
Shem is name and names, both?
No, names are Shemot.
Shemot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shemot.
Okay.
Shemot. Shemot.
Okay.
Shemot. And so their names, Shmotehem. Shmotehem. The first syllable reduces because of the heavy ending.
Got
it. Okay, and next.
All right.
We have 4 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, so this will let us finish number 7.
ויהי כשמוע משה את דברי אדוני, ויפול על פניו ארצה, ויאמר אדוני אלוהי.
Arza.
Hey.
Arza. The stress.
Arza. ויאמר אדוני אלוהי אשר עמדתי.
Okay, so Vayomar is the pause. It's saying that Moses is the one that said it. The Lord is not the subject. It's not Vayomer Adonai. It's Vayomar. Stop.
Okay.
Adonai Elohai asher amadati lefanecha be'emet. So this is where he's starting the quote. O Lord my God, Adonai Elohai, my God.
All right. I see. Yeah, I missed the Atnach. I just blew right by it. Adonai Elohai asher amadti lefanecha be'emet al na tashchet et ha'am
Al na tashchet. I don't know what the difference is between how we're pronouncing it, but it felt different. I don't know. Al na tashchet. Please do not destroy.
Okay, thank you. Al na tashchet et ha'am hazeh. Pen yomru hagoyim ki lo yachleta.
Yacholta.
Yeah, I can.
Yacholta.
Yacholta lehilahem belohei Canaan. Vatahar gem. Is that one word? Vatahar gem.
Vatahargem
Bamidbar. Okay.
But here it doesn't mean you killed. It means you allowed them to die. Right? Because it's not really that he killed them. It's just by not protecting them, they died. I think.
What stem is that? What binyam is that?
Laharog with it's kal.
Okay.
The future, you will kill taharog. And then when you add them onto it as an object suffix, it's tahargem, you will kill them. So you will kill me, tahargeni. You will kill him, tahargehu. And you will kill them, tahargem. You could also say tahargemo with the emmo ending instead of the emmo, which is an older ending. And it came to pass when Moses heard the words of the Lord. And so now the Vayipol we want to take as that. And it happened when that he fell. That he fell.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so and he fell upon. I mean, his face fell upon to the ground.
No, he fell upon his face to the ground. That's like Moses.
He fell down, right? That
on the ground. Yeah, and with his face, he fell down. He fell down on his face. But the and is a problem. And it happened and he did this. It's and it happened that he did this. That.
That he fell on his face to the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. And it happened when Moses heard the words of the Lord that he fell on his face to the ground. Okay. Makes sense.
And said.
Elohe.
It's officially 2:00.
Oh gosh. Okay. Do you want to end it here?
Well, let's just finish this one. Adonai Elohai asher amadeti lefanecha be'emet. O Lord my God, whom I have before whom I have stood in truth. So when it says who I have stood before you in truth, before you is impossible in English. You can't say who I stood before you. You say before whom I have stood.
Oh, you have to add the before. Okay. Before.
Yeah. Asher amadeti lefanecha. So lefanecha is second person because the O Lord God is vocative, direct address. Yahweh my God, before whom I have stood in truth.
Be'emet. Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Truth. Please do not. Right? Nah is please. Some I don't know. I hear that it's please, and some people say that it's nothing. And
yeah, do not, I pray. Do not, I entreat you. Do not. Please don't. Please don't.
Isn't it like destroy thing?
Yeah, destroyed. Don't destroy this people. Now his reasoning is not because they love you so much and because you love their father. He said, don't destroy these people because if you do, the nations will say bad things about you. Right? The non-Jews will say bad things about you. If you let these people die, then the nations are going to say that you are not powerful enough to fight for your people and destroy these other gods. Right?
The nations. So what would the key be right there? So lest they say. Oh.
The key is that. So this isn't a direct quote. They say that you are not able. Lest the nations say that. Lest the subject is not they, but lest the nations say. Okay. Lest the nations say that you were not able to fight the gods of Canaan.
Yachol, able. To nilcham, to fight.
Lehilachem.
No, I know, but I remember right. Nilcham. Yeah. I just remember.
It's funny because I remember verbs generally as infinitives. So really? I say lalechet, lilachem, lishmor. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember them as katals, as a third masculine singular katals. Leilachem, to fight.
That you are not able to fight the gods of Canaan.
Against the gods of Canaan.
And I would say something like, and you got them killed in the desert. Like, it's not that he killed them, but if it's talking about the people, right? If it means he got the people killed in the desert, or the wilderness, yeah. It's kind of an accusation. If you let the people die in the desert, everybody's going to say that you're a pussy. Like, that's kind of what he's saying, right? It's not a nice thing to say, but if you let them die, everybody's going to say that you weren't strong enough. You were not able. So don't let them die, right? It's kind of a weird way to think about it, because the normal way to think about it would say, please don't destroy this people. They will dedicate themselves to you. They will love you. Just show them your mercy, you know? But instead he says, don't destroy them, because then people will say bad things about you. They'll say you were weak. They will say that you were not a real God. They will say, like, it's really weird that that's the perspective that he comes from. But maybe it's just that's how they thought back then. What do you
Why
think?
is that a say? No, that sounds that I like the way that translated. But why is there a sede under the right here after gam? See it? Vetahargam. Is that a sede?
V'tahargem.
Why is that a sede instead of a kamatz?
Because with the in the imperfect and the imperative, whenever you attach the suffix pronouns, they take an e vowel. So, like we had in Psalm chapter 6 today, choneni, not chonani, choneni. That means have compassion on me, or be gracious toward me. Choneni. Shma'eni, hear me. Shma'eni, hear me. Right? The eni is me. And so if I want to say hear them, I would say shma'em. Shma'em, tishma'em, you will hear them. So tahargem, the problem with it is that it's missing the holam, it's missing the o. So taharog, when you add the suffix on the end, shortens that syllable just before it. Like when the stress moves, then syllables often drop. So think about the future generally. You say yilmad, he will study, he will learn, yilmad. And then what traditionally you would say yilmadu. Yilmadu is they will learn. But what happened over time was that the u became stressed in order to really pull attention to it. Instead of saying yilmadu, which the u could be missed, you could miss it in pronunciation. So they started to stress it in history. And they said yilmadu became yilmadu, and then the a just disappeared. Okay. So instead of yilmadu, it's yilmedu with shiva. And so yaharog, he will kill. Yaharog became yaharogu, they will kill. And then the stress of the word shifted to the end and reduced the syllable in front of it. Yahargu. Yahargu, they will kill. And so tahargem, you will kill them. Yeah, it's a funny thing of syllabification in Hebrew. With that, we are 8 minutes into our next session and we haven't started it yet. So whoever's joining us from Patreon, please go ahead and start up the next. Next week, we will not do exercise set 30. We will continue with 29 because there's still a lot to handle in this set. So we'll continue from that, and maybe we'll have a bit of extra time next week. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, Patreon users, go ahead and switch over. We'll see you there.
All right.